2-2 point. Tell my brother, man, it shake up the whole music fraternity and shake up the whole world star. Shake me up from yesterday evening, dada. Because I tell us, I talk to the man Monday night and the man I tell me, say, him not feel too good in his stomach. You see, so I tell him, say, yesterday morning, now, when him rise up now, him for shout me. Let me know if him not feel good, see how that me can come make him go in at the doctor and him get, you see it. So it's like day I wake up in the morning and call the man star 4 times, 2-2 on each one of the phone. No, me not get nothing. So I say, I give him some time till about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I know them time then kind of rise up. So my brother now, they are Clarendon now, come in and say, him they tell him from the night before, say, him fi come link him cause him out do dub for him. So the man drive in and things, so I go, him go there now. And call me now and I said to me, say, him not see him, the security, them say they not see him come out for morning. And the security say at 6 o'clock him check in and him not see him. So me I say, no man, that look like a foul play, man. From morning, so like when him come in for me that the night, Monday night, they go in bed, him, like him come in, I must go use the bathroom and after that, no, like his stomach take him and he just lie down on him belly on the flooring, because on the flooring, them find him dead, with him face turned down on the flooring, you see it. So, when I said to the virgin now, so let me talk to the security man. So I talk to the security and they ask the security, say, I think someone to go up on the front counter, they go check them, say if they get a spare key from them for open the door for see what I go. And the man goes a boop and get the key and go open the door. So I go here and tell him virgin and say, Jaja, the DJ gone. Yeah man, me I tell you say it's sad. Yo, from last night me no drink water, nothing that. Can't eat nothing, man. The thing lick me up wicked, shape me up, man. Shape me up, me I tell you, general. Shape me down.
Come make me tell you about the things them way I answer. Back in the days when the dancehall used to answer. When Clint and Lindsay used to bust them, make them answer. Whole heap of artists, Clint and bring come up America. Some never know say Clint and Lindsay a promoter. Bring up the biggest set of artists from Jamaica. Like Super Cat and Mr. Early be the doctor. Whole heap of artists over them me can't remember. Who can remember when them used to keep Jamaica? The kind of show that used to give out no for water. To reggae artists around the world and from Jamaica. New York City where him used to do the radio.
Hi, welcome to Reflections with Clinton and Lindsay. Today we have another exciting program for you. We have a very special guest, and also we're going to take a look at the South Florida Top 25, the Foundation Radio New York Top 30, and so much more. So sit back, relax, enjoy yourself, and we'll be right back after the first break.
Come make me tell you about the things them way I answer. Back in the days when the dancehall used to answer. When Clint and Lindsay used to bust them, make them answer. Whole heap of artists, Clint and bring come up and
GCM Mortgage, LLC. Home ownership made easy. Why, you may ask? Hey, that's easy. We'll do the work for you. At GCM Mortgage, LLC, we eliminate the lengthy loan process. We pre-approve all borrowers within hours and provide a preliminary approval document to present with your purchase contract. GCM Mortgage, LLC offers some of the lowest rates and makes the mortgage loan process as easy as ABC. Quick and straightforward for borrowers seeking a mortgage in the Florida area. Whether you are a first-time home buyer acquiring your dream home or an investment property, refinancing an outstanding loan or consolidating debt, our profoundly experienced team of mortgage experts can help you take that first step towards a financial solution. GCM Mortgage LLC is conveniently located at 23257 North State Road 7. That's number 200 Boca Road Town, Florida. Our numbers are 954-657-1882. That's 954-657-1882. At GCM Mortgage LLC, we turn your dreams into reality. Start your loan process today.
Come make me tell you about the things them way I answer. Back in the days when the dancehall used to answer. When Clint and Lindsay used to bust them, make them answer. Whole heap of artists, Clint and bring come up and...
Okay, welcome back to Reflections. And as I said earlier, I have a very special guest. And my special guest is Mr. Eddy Edwards. Eddy, welcome to Reflections.
Oh man, this is an honor. I'm honored, really. Truly honored.
Listen, while in New York, and I've said it to you many a times, a few times I've interviewed you, that the name, there are some names you hear in New York that's based in Florida. And one of the names that really got my attention was Eddy Edwards. So that's cute, Eddy Edwards, you know? And I came down to Florida, and the same Eddy Edwards was the first radio person to welcome me, open the, Florida to me. You remember where that was?
I don't have a clue, to be honest.
There was a record store right at, in Miramar, I think that was, that Parkway,
Miramar Parkway.
Yeah, and 441.
Okay, that wasn't Strictly the Best.
Strictly the best,
yes.
And the guy called my name. You were in there doing your own business. I didn't know you, you didn't know me. But once you heard the name, you came over, you introduced yourself to me, and I'm like, I heard that name, Eddy Edwards. So I want to thank you. And since then, you don't do anything much without inviting me or get me involved. I thank you for recognizing me in that way.
Well, from I was a boy, I hear about When I was a little boy, I've been hearing about Clinton Lindsay. So it's always an honor to be in your presence,
Yes,
sir. You are a legend. So,
I'm sorry.
I homage to you.
I'm welcome to Reflections.
The set is nice, man. I love the place.
Yes,
I love the place.
It's
looking
a nice
good.
thing they got.
Yeah, looking good. And thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate that.
I can't do a show like this and don't have someone like you on it, because you have made such an outstanding contribution to Jamaican culture, Jamaican music here in South Florida. And like I said, back in New York, your name was one of the names that were being called.
In a good way, I hope.
Yes. Because you have done it all. And when I think of you, I see myself like you try to uplift the culture, you try to uplift the music and everything else. And you have done it all. At least when I first came down here, you had the biggest shows that were coming in terms of theater. How did you get started?
I'll tell you this. Started just from a love and, wanting, we're all growing up. I love music, wanted to be in music, but then can't sing, can't dance.
Can't sing, can't dance. You love the music.
I love the music,
I ask myself, how can I be involved?
and just got into broadcasting. A gentleman by the name of Byron Malcolm when I moved to South Florida. I started to just hang around and ended up producing a show for him, and then got the opportunity to be on air and just started.
Did you come straight to Florida from Jamaica?
No. I actually spent 2 years in New York. I
Where in
came
New York?
from Jamaica to New York, was in Queens, New York.
Queens,
Yes, spent 2 winters and said no. So I moved down to South Florida.
Was that a hard relocation for you?
I loved it. Natural. I was closer to Jamaica, and there was a real growing Jamaican community here at the time. That was in 1982.
Wow.
Was that I moved down here.
1982 was like there was nobody down here as far as
it was buzzing. Clinton Neal was one of the jocks then. Jamusa was on, Ron Burke was on radio, and those.
So you guys are like the pioneers that really got it going.
Yeah. We kind of just really started to push certain stuff, and we ended up starting the Jamaica Independence celebration. We staged the first one at Bicentennial Park. It was then Bayfront Park.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was then Bayfront Park. And it was so strange. Last week, Sunday, I went to visit a friend who had some friends over. And a gentleman says, I participated in your first event, Bicentennial Jamaica Independence.
Wow.
First one, I had a vendor, I had a snow cone machine. I'm like,
that's
wow.
Make you feel good.
Yes.
But then, though, Eddy, Being in New York, I used to hear a lot about Smith Park. That's
CB Smith Park. CB Smith Park.
Were you involved with events there?
Well, strange enough, that was where we kept the very first Jerk Festival. But prior to that, you know, that was one venue. Snyder Park was another venue, as a park. But Bayfront Park was where we had the annual Jamaican Independence.
Down in downtown Miami.
Downtown Miami. All right, which is now Bicentennial. It was Bicentennial Park at the time, which is now Bayfront Park.
So what was the Jamaican population like, say, 1982? What number would you come up with?
I'd probably say 30,000.
30,000.
The strange thing is, and I have a lot of pictures, when we kept that first event back then, a lot of non-Jamaicans came out for reggae music. Reggae attracted, and there was a buzzing reggae community down here. And a lot of non-Jamaicans flocked to that park. That first park, we had about 20,000 people. It was a free event. We had about 20,000 people.
That's a good number for...
A good number that, you know, when we went down that first day, we didn't have power. And we called the city and said, well, we need the electrician down here. And the electrician was out on a boat.
Oh, my goodness.
So a number of dreads were there with drums. And the drumming started the music until an electrician could come to connect the power.
My uncle was down here from about that time. He came down. And when I came later, 2003, he took me up from Miami, Dade County.
Right.
And he was showing me, like, when we cross over with the hotel, the casino, he said when he got here back in 81, 82, all the area was all bush.
Totally, yes.
Totally. So all the action at that time was down in Miami.
Downtown Miami, yes, sir.
So when you drive on 441 and you see all these developments, and you know, going west. North.
Well, north and west.
Yes. What comes to mind?
It's just amazing to see the growth, you know, to see the growth. I can tell you again, for us, when we started Stinger Lounge in Miramar.
I remember that place.
Right?
Yes.
Now, the Miramar Commission looked nothing like us. And they weren't happy that we as Caribbean people had this thriving nightclub in their midst of what they were calling a bedroom community.
Now, when I came here, one of the things that really impressed me with the Jamaicans them here in Florida, you were very active in getting Jamaicans who were legible, who could to become citizens. We didn't have that drive in New York as much. What drove that campaign? Why you guys were so driven into having Jamaicans become U.S. citizens?
Well, it's really the way you have a voice. If you really want anything changed, you have to be part of the political process. And the only way you can do it is through your vote.
Right.
And if you understood and saw what the Hispanics were doing, Cubans to be exact,
yes.
The influence they had because they had the political votes, then you should understand, and then if we as a group had some political clout, then
can demand some things.
we would have a lot of influence.
Right.
You know, and that's what, you know, drove us. And the strange thing is, and this, you know, being in the nightclub business at Stinger Lounge and having some opposition, that moved me to really start pushing, understanding how
the
system works. So we didn't have a voice on the commission. So we pushed to have a voice on the commission. And I was...
God is like little Kingston.
I was the campaign manager for Fitzroy Salesman, who was the first Jamaican to be elected to the Miramar Commission,
Right.
you know, and
When
the
I
rest
came, I
is
saw
there.
that Eddie, and I was so impressed with it because we didn't have that much in New York.
Right.
You-
And the strange thing is, you have the numbers that
We have the numbers.
if you were so motivated
we were
and
not. We were
right,
not,
exactly.
because I remember when you came in at the airport, I used to see the resident alien line. It long from here to Timbuktu, and the American line, three people.
Three people.
If you go into New York now, it's the reverse.
It's the reverse. Exactly.
We didn't have that, because when I came, I said, wow. And as a matter of fact, I got my citizenship just before I came down. Just before I came to Florida. But still, I was like forced, because after Bill Clinton signed that bill in '96, everybody was like, hey, you know, do what you have to do. As a promoter, Eddie, you have done a lot of plays, and you have imported a lot of plays. I see you don't do that much, but you do a lot of the Jamaica festival events. Why you don't do as many plays, and why do you concentrate so much on the Jerk Fest?
Well, this is what happened. You know, we started to do a lot of the plays and bring up the culture, because we had this organization. I was president of this organization, Jamaica Awareness, which pretty much grew out of the first staging of the Jamaica Awareness Reggae Festival.
Okay.
But you know, I'm a person that things evolve, times change.
Right.
Theater was something that when we brought that up, that was new, and then a lot of different people started bringing. You know, it was similar when we did the first Jamaica Awareness Festival, and then we started be successful. Then a lot of different people with even more resources were now promoters, and they were doing concerts and stuff like that. And then we said, well, let's change the model. You know, let's go a little more to the food and the culture, and you know, because I find to be successful, you have to have that differentiator. You know, and there's a time when you do it and it's new and everybody catch up, you have to find the next thing to be ahead of the competition.
You could say the same thing now with Jerk. You started this Jerk movement, and just about every major city with Caribbean people have a Jerk festival.
And I know, yes, but if you really look at what we present to the others, they present a reggae concert that they say is a jerk. We focus a lot on the food. We have a complete culinary pavilion with top chefs doing demos and tastings and stuff like
Jerk
that.
ice cream.
We have jerk ice cream and a number of different jerk recipes and stuff like that. Still, yes, there's a concert, but a lot of the focus is on the food. And if you look at even our entertainment, there's a lot of things that's cultural.
Yes.
And it's always family friendly.
Yes.
You know.
I noticed, you know, when I remember when I first came, it was like number 5 or whatever, number 3, whatever it was. And I noticed over the years you have gained the respect of mainstream media. No, you can't keep it on. One time it was just channel NBC. Now all of them carrying. How did you achieve that? Did you invite them, or they saw something in the community that they have to be a part of? They can't ignore it.
And it's twofold. One, you invite them and you make them feel welcome, you know. And here's my goal. I don't want to be a Jamaican event in Florida. I want to be a Florida event that is so Caribbean.
Yes.
You know, it's a Florida event. It has to appeal to everybody.
And
you know,
let me ask you, honestly, don't you feel you have reached that level now?
Not quite.
Not
quite.
You are
not
a live
quite.
TV location.
Well, you know, we still have some grounds, and I'll tell you, sometimes it's still that we still don't get the respect we deserve. You know, we still don't get the respect we deserve. And that's some of the things that we're still working on, you know, because as a minority group, even although we're successful, sometimes you get a little piece of the crumb.
Right.
But there's a bigger
Big
pie,
That
you
is
know,
true.
and there's more that we can participate in, and there's more that the other people can come to, you know.
Right.
But we're grateful, you know, we've made strides, and we'll continue to make strides, because this is a very multicultural community,
Yes.
and it's always good to share cultures.
Yeah. Now, when it branches off into other cities, like I know New York now has the Jerk Festival. You were doing Washington. Do they come to you like New York would come to you and say, "Yo, Eddie Edwards, we want a piece of the action"? Or do you solicit New York? Or how did that?
I'll tell you, you know,
How that
we
went.
were fortunate to have Grace Foods on board as our title sponsor. And a couple of years in, they says, you know, we want this to go to New York. And we were a bit timid to make the move.
Because
right?
you didn't want New York to overshadow.
Well, no, not that. It's a matter of, first, we're not in New York, so you have to find a partner in New York. And finding the right partner,
that is
because
true.
you know those stories,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Yes. So, you know, we were a bit reluctant, and it's a risk also. And 2 years of not reacting, we got an ultimatum. Listen, if you guys don't do it in New York, we're going to find somebody in New York to do
New York
it.
is just a prime market.
It is.
Yes,
So we
that's
said,
prime market.
listen. And we had conversations with VP Records, and they said they were interested. Yeah, and I think the mix of food and music, and they as a partner, which they've been just a fantastic partner for us.
Yeah, I could see that, because what I like with the New York end is that they keep their prices low.
That's our model.
Yeah.
That's why we are still poor people.
Yeah, because I mean, when I saw the first time that it was coming to New York and I saw the price, I'm like, wow, that's like VP giving back.
We want to make this thing affordable for everybody. We want to make it where it's accessible to everybody. You know, it's about sharing the culture and just having a good time. You know, and again, our sponsor, Grace Foods, locally here we have Publix. You know, those are two giants, and we are happy to have them. And Western Union. You know, so it's always good to be able to invite the community to say, listen, come have a good time.
You had one in Washington, D.C. for about 2 years.
2 years with the D.C.
What happened there?
Financially, it wasn't, you know, didn't prove out as we had hoped. So it's on hiatus. You
So
know.
viewers in Washington, don't give up. Something is coming.
Get something to D.C. Yes.
Have you, with the pandemic, what I can't remember what happened last year. What did
We
you do
have,
last-
since 2019, we have not staged a festival.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm happy to announce July 31st, we're going to be back at Roy Wilkins Park in New York.
Yes.
And it so happens that's our 10th anniversary. Now, this year, it's our 10th anniversary in New York. Jamaica's 60th.
What? 10th anniversary in New York?
10th anniversary in New York.
What?
Yes, sir.
Time is flying.
Yes.
Okay.
And the Grace Food celebrates their 100th anniversary. So
what
it's,
a
you know, a triple
combination.
milestone
Yes,
here.
yes,
Talking
yes.
about the girls in the 100 meters, 1, 2, 3.
I'm sure you're gonna have them. I'm sure you're gonna have them. That would be
Right.
great to have them for Jamaicans to see. Just everybody
never
that
know.
comes
you,
to the.
You never know, and I'm not making any
Yeah, I know,
promises.
yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
What about, so the two, 20 and 21, you do virtual? What
We
do
had
you do?
virtual, yes, we had virtual. And then we created National Jamaican Jerk Day, which is in October,
Okay.
right? So you're going to have National Jamaican Jerk Day as something to celebrate nationally.
Right.
But yes, we will be here now in Florida, November 13th at Miramar Regional Park.
And that's on November 13th.
November 13th.
You were at Markham
Park. So, like
Yeah,
you said, we
for
started
3 years.
the festival at CB Smith Park. Then we outgrew CB Smith and we moved to Markham Park.
Wow.
Spent probably about 12 to 13
Yeah,
years.
right. I
at
was just right there. Right
Yes, at Markham. And then I'll tell you what, when we did some analysis and look at the cost to stage it at Markham, since then Miramar Regional has been built, and then we look at what it takes
Beautiful
to put
place.
it at Miramar.
Yeah.
We have a stage, we have a cover, we have lights. It's not as big, but it can accommodate the festival, right?
And this will be the first time there?
This will be our second time there.
So 19 you did.
2019 was our first year
okay.
there, and we, you know, that was our, let's test this out. And this year now it's going to be our second time around, and we have a little new layout we're working on and a new experience.
It doesn't hurt to have a basically Jamaican administration running that place anyhow, because you have the commissioners, the mayors, and all Caribbean people, I should say, for the most part.
City managers, Jamaican,
so
you
that
know.
they can cut some of the red tapes where necessary.
Well, they can be generous, but again, you know, you have to still operate within the guidelines.
Right. Oh,
and,
yeah,
you know,
definitely.
code enforcement still comes down.
That is true.
You
That
know.
is true.
And listen, when it comes to safety and ensuring public safety, we're 100% behind making sure we comply.
Yes.
You know.
Is it too early for you to say who are some of the people you're looking at in terms of entertainers?
Every time I get asked this question,
Everybody
my
wants
first
to know.
answer is jerk chicken and jerk.
That's a cop out.
Because those are the stars of the festival, okay? Those are the
If
stars.
you're eating your jerk chicken, they still want to see. I mean, I've been there a couple of times and you have some of the best current entertainers. And I believe, and maybe I might be wrong, but if VP has those guys there, I'm sure you're going to have one or two of their, like, you know, people from their lineup. Protege, Christopher Martin, Romain Virgo, I know is on it.
Yeah.
And some of those. Lali.
Yeah, there's a young sensation, Nige Boy.
Yes.
That again, he has been through some obstacles. He has a great story to tell,
right.
and he's an excellent performer.
And what I like also with your lineup, you always have one or two or three or four local artists. The artists that are based here in South Florida. You never left them out.
That's again, they're part of the fabric,
Right,
you
right,
know.
right.
And if you have a stage that you could assist them to be part of it, why not?
Right,
You know, why not?
And with all of this, what we're talking about, you still maintain a weekly radio show. You still do your newsletter. You fit in for somebody if one of your brethren them drop out and can't make it to the station. How do you do it?
That's a good question. And I don't know how I do it, but I'll say this, and I love what I do.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm passionate about all that I do, and there's not one morning that I wake up that I said, chum, I feel for do nothing today. I'm always ready for the day.
Right.
I'll tell you, I'm up most mornings at 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
4 a.m.
After going to bed at?
11:30 midnight.
That's 4 hours sleep, buddy.
That's what my body needs.
Wow.
From whatever time I can remember, that's what my body
Body needs,
requires. I'm recharged with 4 hours sleep. And it's
Nice.
deep, good sleep.
Sleep.
Trust me.
Right,
When I put my head down,
Oh,
I
that's it.
sleep. I don't have issues sleeping.
And earlier before the camera started rolling, I said to you, whenever you put up a 3 mile, 2 mile run on Facebook, my wife would like, why can't you be like Eddy? There goes Eddy. And I'm like, you know, I'm not that athletic. How do you fit? Once you get up at 4 o'clock, you head for the track? What do you do?
So here's something that I have adopted as part of my lifestyle a couple years ago. And I was reading a magazine and it says, well, if you're this tall, then you need to weigh that. And I'm like, damn, I'm overweight.
Really?
Yeah, so I started to work out and, you know, but what I did to achieve that, I said, I'm going to dedicate 1 hour 3 times a week to my personal fitness.
So it's only 3 times a week you do this?
That's how I started.
Oh, you started.
I started 1 hour 3 times a week. And
right.
that was how I just started. And that hour was for me.
Right.
And I didn't choose Monday, Wednesday. It was, so there are 7 days.
And
I wanted 1 hour any 3. And there was not a week that I did not complete it. It had to, you know, so if I missed one, then I had to double up.
Right.
But I stayed true to 1 hour 3 times a week. That's fairly easy, you know.
Wow.
And then the way I started jogging, and I gave you that simple formula.
Yes. And I live by that now.
To jog 30 minutes, I jog 15 minutes away from home. You gotta jog then 15 back. It's that simple, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is you've gotta burn more calories than you consume. So if you can adjust your calorie intake and burn more by just exercising.
But what kind of diet you
I don't do any diet.
You don't do diet?
I don't do diets. But I don't eat a lot of anything. You know, I try to just consume little, and I drink a lot of water, except for this wonderful sorry that's here.
I told you.
Yeah.
Nice, sorry.
Yeah.
You do your radio show, you know, establish your own online. Tell us a little about that.
CaneRadio.com is where we are, you know. Again, as things change, as you know, and you were one of the first to really realize that, listen, we can still be on air. Media has changed. The whole media landscape has changed. So we can put up our own station and build our own audience. And
how is it?
We're slowly growing, but we're growing and we're building it out, you know. I wish I had more time to do some of the things that I wanted to do faster.
3 hours
on a Saturday. I can't commit to anything else with the schedule I have. I wish I could. You know, there are a lot of ideas that I have, and even like what you have, I've got some video concepts that we've recorded the pilots, but again, just to get it out there with all this stuff.
Brethren, you talk about that. In the early 200, you used to do a long before these, I forgot about that. You used to go around Jamaica and stuff at these unknown cook shops and restaurants. How did that come about?
A producer approached me, you know, from Barry Vision. Judy and Michael Brown asked me about if I would like to host. They were really just creating a number of programs, and they had this concept of going around the island, and they asked me if I wanted to host, and I said sure.
What was the name of it?
My Little Food Spot.
My Little
Food Spot.
How did they do the groundwork for you?
I was just the host. I was just talent. I was just talent.
So each week when you go down or when you go on the road, they already set it up and set up.
We had a schedule when we were gonna shoot, and we would spend a weekend and shoot about 6 locations. We would probably do 2 per day.
Oh wow!
You know,
and put it in the can.
Yeah, right.
But do you realize you were a bit ahead of your time? Because since that stopped, you know, a lot of them have sprung up all over the place.
Yeah. Well, we were lucky. We had 3 seasons with Scene TV.
Yes.
So it was aired in Canada, New York, and the Caribbean. Matter of fact, Scene TV's covering the Jerk Festival this year, and they're asking me again about even the old episodes, if they could read, you know. So we are in discussion for that again. So there might be a revival of that My Little Food Spot.
That was great.
Yes.
I remember. I used to watch it. What year was that?
Gosh, I can't remember.
That was
2000.
Like early 2000.
Yeah, early 2000.
Early 2000. Hey, and again, give us the date for this year's
Jerk Festival. The Great Jamaican Jerk Festival. In New York, July 31st, Roy Wilkins Park. And in Florida, November 13th, Miramar Regional Park.
Okay.
Our website, jerkfestival.com.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Jerk Festival. And of course, you know, I hope you keep me in the loop.
Definitely,
and,
sir.
Again, I just want to thank you. You know, we could go on and on because here are 2 people that have been around, love the culture and everything. And I want to thank you for coming on to Reflections for the very first time, and good luck to you,
Listen,
Mr. Eddy.
thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Appreciate you for all you do for reggae music, the community, and the birthday wishes.
I want to thank you. Okay, so that's Mr. Eddy Edwards, pioneer in this business, a man that has a vision and is living up to all the things that he envisions. So I want to thank him for passing through. Coming up next is the South Florida Top 25, and TC will be presenting those 25 songs. Right back after these words.
Thank you, Mr. Lindsay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to take a look at the South Florida Top 25 most played songs right here in the States. Now, remember, this festival is coming to a city near you in South Florida. With that being said, let's take a look at the 25 most played songs here in South Florida.
We have 2 new entry on the chart this week. Checking in at number 25. One of those entry is Peace of Mind is a Holiday by G. Cole. Checking in at number 24. TikTok I'm Coming by Hezron. This song has spent 4 weeks at the number 1 spot. Checking in at number 3 this week, another new entry. Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City by Amber League. Number 22. These Arms by Ginger. This song, peak position, was number 1. Checking in at number 21 this week, Save the Children by Hezron. Number 20, Reverse the Curse by Richie Stevens. Checking in at number 19 this week, Don't Do It by Upton Lindo, Marcia Griffiths, and Freddie McGregor. Number 18, Collyweed by the ATF Band. Checking in at number 17, Is It Still Good to You by Ed Robinson with Johanna Marie. Number 16 this week, Change by Skip Marley. Number 15, I'm Happy by Mary Isaacs. Number 14 this week on the chart, Righteous People by Wayne Harmon. Number 13, Love Lost by Twiggy. Number 12, Baby Don't Do It, Now I Know with Glenn Washington. Number 11, 10 Million by Ricky General. And now, here's a look at the 10 most played songs on the South Florida Top 25 Reggae Chart. After spending 14 weeks on the chart, last week this song registered as your number 10 song. Still, your number 10 song this week, its peak position was number 2. It's Minano by Shaggy on the Ranch record label. Last week, this song was your number 5 song, moved 4 places down the chart to be your number 9 song this week. It's Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood by Cedella Marley on the Get to Youth International record label. Was number 8 last week, still remained number 8 this week on the chart. It's Bad For Me by Sophia Brown on the Music Mecca record label. This song has spent 6 weeks on the chart. Last week it checked in at Number 9. Move 2 places up the chart to be your number 7 song this week. It is Jah Shall Wipe Away All Tears by Carlene Davis on the Glory Music record label.
Jah shall wipe away all tears from mine eyes. Jah shall wipe away all tears from mine eyes.
Checked in at number 7 last week. Move 1 place up the chart to be your number 6 song this week. It's Leave the Door Open by Anthony Cruz on the Tots record label.
What you doing? Where you at? Oh, you got plans? Don't say that. I'm sipping wine in a row. I look too good to be alone.
After spending 13 weeks on the chart last week, this was your number 1 song. It has spent 4 weeks at the number 1 position on the South Florida Top 25 chart. It registered at the number 5 spot this week. It's Diamonds in the Sun by Tanya Stevens, Cedella Marley, and Diana King on the Tots record label.
She just sits there crying. Nobody hears her though. And her hope, it isn't dying. No, she gave up on it years ago.
Last week, we registered this one at the number 6 spot, moved 2 places up the chart to be your number 4 song this week. It's I Need You by Audrey Rowland on the Surface Records label.
No greater love I have ever known than the love that you have shown.
This song has been on the chart for 12 weeks. Last week, it checked in at the number 4 spot, moved 1 place up the chart to be your number 3 song this week. It's Queen by Nadine Sutherland on the Hoyim record label.
Queen, they now see your crown. They don't know half what went down. You earned every diamond on your head.
After watching this song move up the chart for a couple of weeks now, last week it registered at the number 3 spot, moved 1 place up the chart to be your number 2 song. This is The Wrangling with Dean Fraser, Ernie Wrangling, and Big Youth on the Tots record label. And now, here's your number 1 song for the South Florida Top 25 Reggae Chart. This song has been in the chart for over 12 weeks. Last week it checked in at the number 2 spot and moved 1 place up the chart to be your number 1 song this week. It is So I Can Love You by Novelty on the Melody Production /NCMB/Sony record label.
Just popping in to say a really big thank you to all of my fans and friends, and most of all the DJs, all the media houses, all the radio programs that have been supporting and playing my song.
I'm not ready to let you go. Come on back, baby. I'm not ready to let you go.
There you have it. Congratulations to Novelty in having the number 1 song here in South Florida. Hey, I like it. I like it a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, the chart is compiled by veteran broadcaster Mr. Clinton Lindsay. And of course, this week we are reflecting on the Jamaica Jerk Festival. It's a stage event that happens annually, not only here, also in New York City too. With that being said, stick and stay with us. We'll be right back with the New York Foundation Network Top 30 Music Countdown. Thank you, Mr. Lindsay. And of course, good afternoon to your guest, Mr. Eddie Edwards. It's now time to take a look at the New York Foundation Network Top 30 Music Countdown, which is compiled by veteran broadcaster Mr. Clinton Lindsay. This week, the countdown is brought to you by, of course, the Jamaica Jerk Festival, which is taking place in New York City. When? Sunday, July 31st. Yes. So make sure that you get your ticket early, all right? It's just around the corner. With that being said, now here's a look at the 30 most played songs in all the boroughs of New York City.
We have a few new entry on the chart this week. Checking in at number 30, a brand new entry to the chart. This is called Righteous People by Wayne Armon. Number 29, another new entry, Groovin' by Winston Francis. Number 28, Forever Young by Timmy Love. Another new entry. Coming in at number 27, Kingston Traffic by Naomi Cohen. Number 26, new entry, Don't Do It, Hopton Lindo, Marcia Griffiths, and Freddie McGregor. Number 25 this week on the chart, Without Love by Ken Booth. Number 24, Last War by Damian Williams. Number 23 this week, The Tide Is High by Julian Marley. Number 22, Turn Up the Music by Anthony B. This song peak position was number 2. Number 21 this week, Attention Seeker by Bonnie Lai Lai. Number 20, I'm Happy featuring Mary Isaac. This song peak position was number 7. Number 19 this week, Nothing Can Justify by Kalia. Number 18, I Need You by Audley Rowland. Number 17 this week, When I'm Back on My Feet Again by Jody and Pantry. Number 16, Mama Don't Cry by Kenya Morris featuring Webo Dan. Checking in at number 15 this week, this song peak position was number 2. It's My Brethren, Make It Easy on Yourself by Donna V. Number 14 on the chart this week, Reverse the Curse by Richie Stevens. Number 13, Jah Shall Wipe Away All Tears by Corleen Davis. And checking in at number 12, Collyweed by the ATF Band. Number 11, I Care About You by Xanadu. And now, it's time to take a look at the top 10 most played songs on the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Reggae Chart Countdown. After spending 12 weeks on the chart last week, this song checked in at the number 6 spot, moved 4 places down the chart to be your number 10 song this week. This song peak position, by the way, was number 3. It's Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood by Cedella Marley on the Ghetto Youth International record label. Last week, this song checked in at the number 11 spot, moved 2 places up the chart to be your number 9 song this week. It's Queen by Nadine Sutherland on the Hoyim Records label.
Queen, they now see your crown. They don't know half what went down. You earned every diamond of your head. Queen, how many times they made you down? What you were all about made you second guess to think you're less.
After spending 8 weeks on the chart last week, this song checked in at the number 10 spot, moved 2 places up the chart to be your number 8 song this week. It's 10 Million by Ricky General on the Orange Diamonds record label.
Can I have $1 million?
Yeah, go up on me yard, looking at me just a draw. You see 10 million, take $1 million. If a billion, just buy anything you want. Anything you want, yeah, anything you want. Go up on me yard, looking at me just a draw. You see 10 million, take $1 million. If a billion, just buy anything you want. Anything you want, yeah, anything you want.
Last week, this was your number 8 song, move one place up the chart to be your number 7 song this week. It is Ale and Blaze by Andrew Bees on the Bees Eye Music /Law record label. This song has been in the chart for 10 weeks. Last week it checked in at the number 7 spot. Move one place up the chart to be your number 6 song this week. It is So I Can Love You by Novelty on the Melody Production /NCMB /Sony record label.
Come on back, baby. I'm not ready to let you go. Come on back, baby. I'm not ready to let you go. No.
Last week, this song checked in as your number 5 song. This week, it still holds the number 5 spot steadily. It's When You Love by Lukie D on the Big Feet Records label.
When you love a woman, love with all you've got, love like there's no tomorrow, and she's your last stop. You breathe the air she breathes, kiss her gently when she sleeps, and when you hold her close, you know that you're complete. When you love, you must love from the heart.
This song spent 13 weeks on the chart. Last week, it registered at the number 4 spot. Still hold the number 4 position this week. It's Baby Don't Do It, Now I Know by Glenn Washington on the Noni Music record label.
Now I know that you're not smart. How you said goodbye and now you will say, baby, don't do it. Don't break your own heart. Even though I give you another chance. Oh, girl.
I never thought this song would have moved from the number 1 spot. It has spent 6 weeks as your number 1 song. It moved 2 places down the chart to be your number 3 song this week. It's Minanoa by Shaggy on the Ranch record label. Last week, this song checked in as your number 3 song. It has moved 1 place up the chart this week to be your number 2 song. It is The Wrangling by Dean Fraser, Ernie Wrangling, and Big Youth on the Todd's record label. And now, here's your number 1 song this week on the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Reggae Music Chart Countdown. After spending 10 weeks on the chart, last week this song checked in at the number 2 spot. Move 1 places up the chart to make it your number 1 song this week. It's Diamonds in the Sun by the trio Tonya Stevens, Cedella Marley, and Diana King on the Todd's record label.
She just sits there crying. Nobody hears her though. And her hope, it isn't dying. No, she gave up on it years ago. She's never had a taste of your justice. Her truth has never been spoken home. Just one of a million faces interrupted. Another beautiful broken soul. And oh, they're gonna make us cry tonight. Oh, we forgive them, everyone. Cause even the tears are beautiful as they glisten like diamonds in the sun.
There you have it. Another banger becomes a winner. It's the trio Diamonds by Tanya Stevens, Cedella Marley, and Diana King. Congratulations on being the #1 song in all the boroughs of New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank the entire Reflection team, thanks to Flexx TV, and all of you who actually subscribe and, of course, stream these songs in order for them to raise the bar and go up to the charts. Continue to support our acts while we continue to reflect right here on Reflections. There you have it. Another banger becomes
Okay, thank you very much, TC, the #1 song in South Florida, Novel T, So I Can Love You, and the #1 in New York, Tanya Stevens, Cedella Marley, and Diana King. And that's it for this week. I want to thank my very special guest, the one and only Eddy. And don't forget, here in South Florida, the Jamaica Jerk Festival is November 13th. Until next week, you take care and spread the word. Thank you.
Hello, my brother, man. It shake up the whole music fraternity and shake up the whole world star. It shake me up from yesterday evening, dada. Because I tell us, I talk to the man Monday night and the man tell me say him not feel too good in his stomach. You see, so I tell him say yesterday morning now when him rise up now, him for shout me. But I know if him not feel good, see how that me can't come make him go in at the doctor and him get. You see it? So it's like me there, I wake up in the morning and call the man star 4 times, 2 on each one of the phone. No, me not get nothing. So I say, I give him some time till about 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock, I know them time then kind of rise up. So my brother now, they are clearing that now, come in and say, him they tell him for the night before, say, him can link him because him will do dub for him. So the man drive in and things, so I go, him go there now. And call me now and I said to me, say, him not see him, the security, them say they not see him come out for morning. And the security say, at 6 o'clock, him check in and him not see him. So me I say, no man, that look like a foul play, man. From morning, so like when he come in for me that the night, Monday night, they and go in bed. Him, like he come in, I must go use the bathroom, and after that, no, like his stomach take him and he just lie down on him belly on the flooring, because on the flooring, them find him dead, with him face turned down on the flooring, you see it. So, when me I said to the virgin now, so let me talk to the security man. So I talk to the security and they ask the security, say, I think some one thing go up on the front counter, they go check them, say if they get a spare key from them for open the door for see what I go. And the man goes a boop and get the key and go open the door. So me go here and tell Virgin, I said, Jaja, the DJ gone. Yeah.
Come make me tell you about the things them way I want, sir. Back in the days when the dancehall used to warm, sir. When Clinton Lindsay used to bust them, make them want, sir. Whole heap of artists Clinton bring come up America. Come make me tell you about the things them way I want, sir. Back in the days when the